Thank you so much. And welcome to the opening session of day 2 of our virtual industry career expo. We're so glad that you joined us on today, and we are just thrilled to have all of the participants here, and hopefully you enjoyed a great day yesterday with all of our employers. We had quite a number of great feedback and comments about the contacts that you have made. Well, in less than an hour, you get to do it all over again. We have so many of our employers again joining us from the East Coast to the West Coast and beyond. We appreciate all of you. We have students and alumni, military, faculty, and staff who are here to support this event. As you very well know, Embry-Riddle traditionally hosts 4 major career events. Next slide. 2 of those are in Daytona Beach, and 2 of those are in Prescott. Well, recognizing the need for an event for worldwide students also to access employers, Worldwide Career Services initiated Expo sessions that was in conjunction with the worldwide commencement ceremonies in 5 different areas. As a result of that, we attend the graduations in San Diego and Dallas and Seattle and the DC area, as well as Pensacola. Between 2017 and 2019, we did them in person for all of the 5 locations. Next slide. But then something happened in 2020 that we're all aware of. Yes, a little thing called COVID that forced us to make a transition. And from 2020 on, we have put on this event in a virtual environment. And at the first virtual career expo that we held had only 17 employers and a little less than 100 because we organized it within 2 weeks. Next slide. But here we are a couple of years later. And guess what? We have over 60 employers. We had over 500 attendees to register for this event, with all of the top employers, including those you see here, as well as so many others. Many of the employers that are recruiting our Embry-Riddle talent or Embry-Riddle alum themselves. So we welcome you back, employers, including Airbus and Commute Air and so many others. Next slide. So we're just grateful that we get to do this in a virtual environment. Maybe the rules are changed a little bit, but in many ways they're the same. We still have to put the best foot forward and understand how to interact in a virtual environment. Next slide. So I'm pleased this morning to have the support of our faculty in all 3 of our colleges: College of Aviation, College of Business, and College of Arts and Sciences. So today, to address you, I have none other than my esteemed colleague, Dr. Deborah Bordeaux. She's the Associate Dean of Student Success and Academics in the College of Arts and Sciences. So without further ado, Dr. Deborah, please, the floor is all yours. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for such a great introduction. So I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about some of the things that we can offer you in the College of Arts and Sciences. We have some great programs in the College of Arts and Sciences, so if continuing your education is interesting to you, we do have a Master of Science in Human Factors, our Master of Science in Human Resilience, Human Security and Resilience, and our Master of Science in Emergency Studies. And you can reach out if that's something that might be interesting to you. But something else that we do in the College of Arts and Sciences is we deliver the entire general education program. So those are those foundational courses that hopefully create transferable skills that go into your program courses and then on into the workplace. Our Gen Ed program is guided by 8 competencies that really are a combination of what academia wants to see and what our industry advisory board recommends and other industry leaders recommend. Employers say they want critical thinkers, people who can work in teams, great communicators, creative problem solvers, and our general education courses are designed to make that happen. A recent AAC&U survey among employers noted that 93% of employers thought it was important that graduates be able to work in teams. 95% said they want to see critical thinkers, and 90% said good communicators as well, both written and oral communication skills. Sometimes you'll hear these called soft skills, a little bit of a misnomer. They're very important skills, and it's important for you to make sure you find, and they're not always transcriptable, right? You don't always see those as readily on the transcript as you see perhaps your more technical skills or your program level courses. So make sure you find places to highlight those places on your resume and be able to talk about yourself as a good communicator and critical thinker in your interviews because employers do want to see that. In the fall, we will start an initiative. If you're still taking some general education courses, sometimes people put those off, for a little while. So if you're still taking those, we will start a digital badging initiative, and you'll be able to get those digital badges as you complete the competencies. And then if you do all 8 of the competencies, you get all 8 mini badges, you'll get a general education mastery badge that you can display on a digital resume or in your LinkedIn page or somewhere like that. If you want to hear more about this, you can contact me. It'll be automatic awarding upon course completion for courses that we've placed in our pathways. So that's coming up, and that's new and exciting too. We also have several student success components in the College of Arts and Sciences. One of them you'll hear from in just a minute, our Compass, our mentoring program. You'll hear about that. Great success in that program where you can be a peer mentor, be an alumni mentor, or get mentoring yourself from faculty or peers. We also have our Equates student, that is our quantitative reasoning building, foundational skills building initiative that will help you in your math courses or anything that has that quantitative component to it, economics, physics, things like that. And you can get see resources there, and eventually you'll be able to get peer tutoring and things like that as well. And we also have our virtual environment for communication, which has a virtual communication lab where you can go and get help with any kind of communication project, not just papers, but definitely papers, but also if you have to give a speech in a course or if you have to write a case study or anything like that. So any written or oral communication projects, we're glad to support. I know the VCL is also, I know you have great resources here in career services, but we're also able to have a look at that resume or to practice those interview skills with you, or even look at a writing sample. Some employers like to see things like that too. So if you need anything from us, we're here to serve you in the College of Arts and Sciences. Feel free to reach out, whether it's just some advice on how to talk about those 8 general education competencies as you move into the workforce, because again, those are things that employers are saying they want to see. So how do you highlight yourself as a critical thinker? Or if you need some specific resources that we offer through our student success components, I will be glad to talk with you. Feel free to send me an email, and I am here to meet with you or discuss anything you need. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Bordeaux. Oh, just wonderful, wonderful info, and something that we totally support here at Career Services. We partner together. So I really appreciate that the College of Arts and Sciences is focusing on this in a big way. Thank you once again. And without further ado, also I'd like to welcome back one of our guests from yesterday, Janice Amos, who's also with the College of Arts and Sciences. She wants to share again, very great program that they have, a mentorship program called Compass. Janice, so good to have you again. Please, we welcome you to offer remarks to our attendees today.
Thank you so much, Arnold. I'm so happy to be here to share these things. I am going to share my screen with you. I have a small PowerPoint. Can you see it?
I think we see your email.
Oh, no. All right, hold on.
That's fine.
How's that?
There we go. Yes, perfect.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Welcome everybody again. I'm Janice Amos. I am the Associate Director of Compass, the Center for Mentorship Programs and Student Success. As you can see on this opening slide, this is an overview of our program and how it's set up to give you an idea of the types of mentorships that are available to you. Our mission is to help you navigate forward to reach your graduation goals. We have experienced mentors who can help guide you through this challenging world of higher education while you're trying to balance all those things, work, life, and family, and ultimately enable you to reach your graduation goals, preferably in a reduced amount of time. Let's explore the 4 headings or programs a bit further. There's individual mentorship, which is meeting one-on-one with a faculty member. Typically, you meet every couple of weeks, but it's up to you to set up that schedule with them. The cohort mentorship is a group that meets with a faculty member. The group can consist of up to 7 students who are working on the same initial topics as yourself. The research mentorship, where you're working one-on-one with research faculty and developing topics, and the whole research process is available to you all the way to publication. And in fact, we have had mentees now that have given presentations at conferences. And lastly, we have our PAL mentorship, which is connecting with a certified peer or alumni mentor. And again, you meet in a group or one-on-one, and it lasts for about 4 months, but you can continue on the relationship if you have a joint desire to do so. So let's look at what we offer you. As we heard from speakers yesterday and from Dr. Brudeau, transferable skills are extremely important to employers. And soft skills, as she said, are not really soft, they're very important, but they are consisted of things like time management and organization, creativity, and the ability to give constructive feedback. Hard skills are also included, which include Microsoft expertise and report writing. And she gave some great statistics on how important those are to employers. When I talk to my mentees, many of them use these skills in their current jobs or in their courses, but they don't recognize them as skills. They just think that they're doing things as normal, and they don't understand how valuable those can be as you go to find a position in a company. And working on these can also add to their development, or you can add additional ones as you're progressing through your educational journey and career path. Next, we help you identify your unique goals. And on here, we have them listed as SMART goals, standing for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, realistic, and time-bound. Every mentee has objectives that they're working to achieve. For example, one of my Air Force mentees had a goal of creating a report for his command, and we explored resources I found him on case studies and data reporting so that he could just make a decision as to how he was going to create that report. Time management is a topic that most of our mentees want to work on, and we can certainly help you with that. Competencies and skills are developed over time. We develop and provide feedback as you work on these. We have many resources at Embry-Riddle to share with you. Dr. Brudeau mentioned 2 of them, Equate and Vector, And I just added the new career to our list of things to share with our mentees. Networking opportunities in your chosen field. We work with you to find related prospects for you. For example, I can share two mentees. One was interested in getting a position in NASA after graduation. I found a NASA website for networking. Another human factors mentee, I was able to find an opportunity at MedStar Health where they offered a student mentoring program specific to human factors students. Mature outside perspective on your goal paths. I have found some volunteer opportunities at the AIAA, American Institute of Aeronautics and Astronautics, for another mentee. We can also offer guidance and help you create and increase your proficiency in organizational skills. Here's some of our contact information. We're on the ERNI site. This is our Compass email. I will stick these in the chat as soon as I'm done speaking. But the ERNI site is where you would go to click on the mentorship that you were interested in to get more information. As you can see, we've interacted with more than 450 students since inception, and I would just like to read you a couple of comments from them. It has been very helpful in planning the next steps I needed to take on my educational journey. Having a mentor is very beneficial. The most successful people have had mentors to assist them in reaching their goals. The Compass program taught me about eating the elephant, which you have to do one bite at a time. And that's actually helped me so much. And it's become something that I'm used to, that I'm using now in my everyday life. We really work hard to make a difference in our mentees' lives. And if you go to the ERNI site, you can click on these videos and learn more from the mentees themselves. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and I'm going to send it back to you, Arnold.
Thank you, Janice, so much. And also thank you again to JR, who was here with us yesterday, JR Hanneman. See that he popped in as well. Thank you so much from the College of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Bordeaux. Such a pleasure to have you present to our attendees today. Next on our agenda, we have a very, very dynamic person that I've recently known her for a while, but I'm so glad to have her to join us today, Dr. Nicole Beer. She's an exceptional faculty member with the worldwide campus. She's also prior military, as I understand, and I really connect with her passion for our military veterans as well as all of our students. She's the assistant professor of the practice, College of Aviation. Dr. Nicole Beer, thank you very, very much for sharing some of your time with us today.
Hey, you all, can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you for such a warm and welcoming introduction. I really appreciate it, and I'm so excited to be here. So I just want to go over some of the offerings from Embry-Riddle's College of Aviation Worldwide. We have the College of Aviation at the Daytona Beach campus, and then we have the Worldwide campus, in which most of our students are military. We have civilians, we have military dependents, so spouses and adult children who are dependents of service members. We have veterans. A lot of our staff, a lot of our faculty have experience with the military, whether we are a veteran ourselves or we are a family member of a prior service member. So we do have that perspective, not only as a professor in academia and someone who's experiencing real world circumstances, but we do have that experience as a military member. I was actually deployed while working on my master's degree with Embry-Riddle Worldwide way back. So, you know, we are very accommodating to our students. We really do appreciate their life circumstances. And more importantly, we know many of our students are very busy working professionals. They have family responsibilities. They're taking care of their parents, they're taking care of their children, and yet they choose to spend whatever little free time they have with us. So our staff, our faculty, we're so excited and honored that our students do spend time with us to work on getting their professional education degrees and just, you know, getting more information and learning as much as they can with our faculty. We have very flexible programs. Our instructors are flexible. I myself am very flexible. Many of the professors in the College of Aviation Worldwide, you have our email, you have our phone number, you can call, you can text. We're always here to support our students. We're always here to help our students. And we really do try to give that personalized experience as best as possible, depending on how each classroom is, because every set of students is different. You know, I'll have some classrooms where there are students from 4 different time zones. I'll have another classroom where I have students in Singapore, in Europe, in Asia, West Coast in the United States, East Coast in the United States, and everything in between. Yet during all these complexities and with all these moving parts, the College of Aviation Worldwide still manages to put together amazing group work assignments that really help students not only critically think and meet all the learning outcomes required in a bachelor's or master's degree, but they also learn leadership skills. That is something that we incorporate as well in our curriculum. There are leadership skills that are required when completing group assignments, when planning and putting together group assignments. The students are going through the standard forming, storming, performing, norming stages, and really to learn that at the bachelor's level and to take it to the workspace later, that's a priceless skill set. And Embry-Riddle Worldwide, in particular the College of Aviation, does an incredible job of preparing students in this way. We also offer the 4+1, in which if you're working on a bachelor's degree, you may be eligible to transition to the master's degree and get your master's degree in just 1 year instead of 2 years. For instance, if you're working on the Bachelor's of Science in Aeronautics, we do offer that in a master's degree. If you apply and you qualify, you can transfer from your BSA after you graduate from your Bachelor's of Science in Aeronautics. You could literally go over to your master's degree program and finish your degree in another 1 year instead of 2 years. So theoretically, instead of it taking 6 years to get a bachelor's and a master's, the 4+1 enables a student, a worldwide student who lives anywhere in the world, to complete 2 degrees, a bachelor's and a master's, in 5 years versus 6 years. I do really think the 4+1 is just an incredible offering, and I encourage students to utilize you know, these opportunities and get their degrees when they can, especially if it knocks a year off the timeline. We also offer certificate training where you enroll for a class that's 1 or 2 weeks. And these are important. They're more like professional education courses. You don't get a degree out of it, but you do get a certificate. You get qualified training. You get comprehensive training. For example, some of our certificate programs are for the safe operations of small unmanned aircraft systems, as we know it, drones. Excuse me. But these types of certificates are very helpful when working in any type of organization, whether it be a startup company or a major organization. Just having that additional experience without having to go through an actual degree program is very, very helpful. To learn more about all of our offerings, you can just enter in your browser, ERAU, College of Aviation Worldwide. You can type in Embry-Riddle College of Aviation Worldwide, and our website will show up, and you'll see some student spotlights, graduate spotlights, and a lot of our offerings. I do have a few more things going over my notes. We have some incredible newer, more relevant degree programs as well. Our space operations, Master in Space Operations program, that one's incredible. I think right now, as it stands, in about 2 years, we've had 500 students. I can't give you an exact number of how many of the 500 are on track to graduate soon or, graduating in the next 4 years, but to have a new program and have about 500 students in 2 years, that's incredible. The program coordinator for the Master of Space Operations is actually Dr. Andy Aldrin, Buzz Aldrin's son. And if you go back to space history, Buzz Aldrin is one of the first astronauts to land on the moon. So for our students to get this perspective from Dr. Andy Aldrin, who was only 11 years old when his father landed on the moon, I mean, this man, his standards, for academia, education, and aviation, aeronautical engineering, aerospace, his standards are high. When your dad is Buzz Aldrin and your dad landed on the moon and the whole world is watching your dad, and your dad has met, Queen Elizabeth and everybody, I mean, your standards in education, it's top notch. And Dr. Aldrin actually chose to work for Embry-Riddle because he believes that it is the best online learning platform out there. He used to work at a different university, and because of COVID, as Arnold mentioned, his university had to go virtual. And with that virtual experience, he really started to appreciate academic institutions that could offer quality education online. Therefore, he reached out to Embry-Riddle. So for our students to have access to an incredibly brilliant human being, an educator who could retire now, but chooses not to because he loves teaching and he loves his students, I mean, that's so valuable. And I hope one day my children, try to learn from someone as incredible as him. So just make sure you go to that website so you can learn more. Again, you enter Embry-Riddle or ERAU and then College of Aviation Worldwide, and a bunch of information will be available for you. Read about our student spotlights, our graduates, what our faculty have done. They're just incredible professionals out there. And I will wrap it up regarding what we offer degree program and certificate program wise. And then I do want to go over some things that the professors offer to help students transition to the workforce. Some of our courses, although worldwide, we do offer residential training events, such as if you're in the Bachelor's of Science in Unmanned Applications, whether it's the Bachelor's or the Master's program, we do offer residential training for UNSI, which is UNSY 435 and 520, in which you actually meet with Department of Flight instructors. These instructors are top 3 certified, AUV side top 3 certified, and they teach you how to fly your small UAS safely. They have dry runs for you. They have training exercises for you. They have tests for you. And from my experience in the last few years that they've offered these in-resident weekend flight courses for worldwide students, it's been an amazing experience just based off the course feedback. This is probably one of these students' favorite activity is flying somewhere, driving somewhere to meet our instructors. And because we're worldwide, our instructors will have these residential events in a different location each term, depending on where their students are located. Literally, depending on where the students are from geographically, the instructors will choose a site that is probably easiest for the instructors and students to get to, whether by car or flight. And from there, they will put together effective training that for sure incorporates aviation safety always. We also offer an Eagles in Service Club in which I'm the advisor. We get together, and this is amazing, the feedback. I mean, I have a video, I have an outline right now for a video I'm going to create for my dean to tell him what it is our students need. So literally, you meet with me once every 2 to 3 weeks. It's virtual. If you have time, great. If you don't have time, that's fine. You can email me your notes. But for instance, in the last couple of meetings, I found out a lot of students want a little more help with group work. So those group assignments I discussed earlier that some of the other professors addressed, they want a little more guidance and they want a little more instructor involvement. So I have my notes ready here in about a week. I'm going to put together not only a problem statement for my dean, I'm going to offer some solutions that I feel the students will value. So this Eagles in Service Club, again, like any other college that offers a club, we offer a club, and it's all virtual to align with our worldwide standard and our worldwide flexibility and our worldwide capability. It's free and it's for everyone. And of course, it's Eagles in Service, and its focus is veteran groups, military. But at the end of the day, everyone is invited. At the last few meetings, we've had we've had civilians in the meeting. We've had retired folks who are starting their career over in the meeting. And of course, we've had veterans and active duty in our Eagles in Service Club meeting. And then one more important thing I want to address is, as my students are approaching graduation, my senior students, I always offer cover letter support, resume refinement after they go through career services. And what I mean by this is, it's a two-prong approach on top of the students' responsibility of creating a quality cover letter and resume. They work with Arnold's team. Arnold's team is awesome at helping them produce effective resumes, cover letters and resumes. What I do is students reach out to me for my field of study, right? Whether it's security, aviation security, counterterrorism, homeland security, uncrewed systems in all domains. And then I help them refine their cover letter and their resume to align with that field of study. So Arnold James and his team will help you all, the students, the graduates, put together effective resumes that are clean. But when it comes to cleaning up your resume in the sense that you narrow it down to your particular field of study, I offer that assistance. It's actually a hobby of mine. I know several other instructors do it, but I will tell you, I will give you my name and number here afterwards. I help students weekly with this. I help people I meet at the grocery store with this. It truly is a hobby of mine, and I think I'm really good at it. I think it's one of the talents that I'm meant to share with the world. For instance, I met a lady at a retail store, and she used to go to Embry-Riddle. And so she actually asked me if I can help her with her resume. This is a former Embry-Riddle student. I meet at a retail store. By chance, she finds out I'm an Embry-Riddle professor. She's in the middle of looking for a new job. And she actually sent me her resume Sunday night. And I told her I would have something ready for her in a week. So truly, there are so many professors in the worldwide department that want to help our students, not just in the classroom, but we're here to be your mentors. I also offer, if you need me as a reference, there's other professors who do it as well. If you need one of us as a reference, most importantly, if you did well in our class, I have to be honest with you, if you were a heavy hitter in our class and you worked hard, and you asked for a letter of reference, or you asked an instructor to be your reference, or you ask for a letter of recommendation, that's what we're here for. And recently, one of my bachelor students getting a degree in security is now going into law. I wrote him a recommendation, and he got a $100,000 scholarship to Cornell University. So I'm serious when I tell everyone there are so many worldwide professors from the College of Aviation who look at you all not just as students, but as professionals, as mentees, from the time you are in our class until you're done contacting us. I've had students call me on the weekend. Hey, Professor Beyer, I'm at a career expo. They're interviewing me on the spot. They want a reference right now. What should I do? And I'm like, give me the phone. So we are available. We make ourselves available. I'm going to give you my information right now so that if you need my help, please reach out to me. And if your field of study isn't something I'm familiar with, I know who can help you. So again, Nicole Beyer. My email is nguye9fc@erau.edu. And if you need that again, you can easily just put in Nicole Beyer, B-I-E-R, ERAU in your browser search, and my email will be right there. And here in this form, I also want to give you my phone number. I am approachable. I am here for you. I am every student's greatest champion. So text me, call me. No question is silly. That's what I'm here for. My phone number is 520-955-4677. Please reach out to me and connect with me with any question regarding your career and, of course, your academic goals at Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University worldwide. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr. Nicole. And I apologize, I pronounced your name incorrectly before. It's Beyer, not Beer, as I was saying. So thank you so much for an awesome information. We really appreciate you and what you do. Without further ado, it's my extreme pleasure to introduce Serafina Vitali and the Worldwide Student Government Association officers. Met Serafina recently. She was at our other Expo events, and she's also Embry-Riddle alum from Daytona Beach and worked closely with Career Services. So without further ado, Serafina, it's a pleasure to have you here to introduce yourself to our guests.
Thank you. So, hi everyone. We just wanted to pop in briefly to talk about some of the initiatives. We have a lot of fun and exciting initiatives planned for this year. So please keep your eye on the e-union and our posts coming out. And also, if you want to get involved or if you have any ideas for us, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm going to put my email in the chat box, and please feel free to reach out. We'd love to have you at a meeting if you want to be there, if you want to get involved in some type of way, or if you have any ideas for us, please let us know. And thank you all so much. Everything you guys have spoken about is amazing. We are truly the luckiest students in the world. And thank you all. I don't know if my vice president or secretary wants to say anything, but the floor is yours.
I think we have Quentin Hackert. I'm sorry, my apologies, Emmanuel Timothy as our vice president of the SGA, Student Government Association. So without further ado, Emmanuel. Let's see, if he's available.
He is just being admitted. He's here. He's being
Okay.
admitted from the waiting room.
All right, so while we're waiting for him to get set up, let me go to the next one and we'll come back to Emmanuel. Quentin Hacker, I see he is available here. He's the secretary for SGA. Quentin, the floor is all yours.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me here today. A little bit about myself. I've been a student with Embry-Riddle Online since late 2019. In the military, like many of our staff and many of our students, stationed here in DC, Maryland area. And soon I'll be a father of two, and next 2 weeks. So I understand the burdens of responsibilities that you have in your personal life and trying to achieve your academic goals. So that your SGA student body, we're here, we can hear you out, represent you, and support you in any facet that the college can support you. So definitely utilize us. And if you're here today, that's a good step forward. So if you have anything that the SGA can help you with, we're here and we're ready to help.
Thank you so much, Quentin. It's a pleasure to have you here as well. And then if Emmanuel Timothy is ready, he's the vice president of the SGA. Emmanuel, the floor is all yours. Welcome. Okay, maybe having some technical difficulties there. Emmanuel, can you hear us? All right, we may have to maybe do a video. I know he was ready to address our attendees today. That's fine. As well as Evan Smith.
Hello,
he
everyone.
wasn't able to be here today, but looks like Emmanuel is here now. So Emmanuel, the floor is all yours. Welcome.
Thank you very much for this great opportunity to speak on behalf of the worldwide students. We want to thank Embry-Riddle especially for organizing this great expo. We are so delighted to have all these great companies collaborate with the university to create ladders of success
for students.
Learning in Embry-Riddle is such an exciting journey. We are so happy to be part of this great family. We want to use this opportunity to encourage our students to continue to develop themselves, new skills. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Emmanuel, can you hear us? All
Yes,
right.
I'm here with you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, you being here. And we look forward to working closely with you and Serafina and the entire SGA. We're looking forward to a great year with you, and we're looking forward to partnering with you to benefit our students. Thank you so much. All right, thank you very much for this. Our next slide, I think we've already met Quentin Hacker, as well as Evan Smith. At this time, to wrap it up, I'd like to call on Ms. Amy Dowling from our Career Services team to just give a quick overview of another club that will be launched in June. Amy, if you would, please tell us about the Career Ready Club.
I would love to. Thank you. So exciting things going on. We have just kicked off what we call the Career Ready Club. Actually, the first meeting will be in June. What is career, right? So it is charting a runway for employment and educational readiness. So in general, it's just a club that's designed to help students gain industry-specific knowledge, enhance career skills, and experience the corporate culture. We're going to connect students with industry professionals, help learn about industry-specific trends and best practices while networking with potential employers. It's a great opportunity. It's right now, it is limited to worldwide students. However, hopefully that'll change in the future. We're going to be doing industry-specific workshops and seminars, some networking events, industry-focused employer site visits. And basically, it's just keeping you in the know in the industry, what's happening, what the current trends are, what you can expect, and just having that mature industry knowledge to fall back on. So we're excited about this. I'm going to put a link to a interest form in the chat, and you are welcome to check it out. We'd love to have you. Lots of exciting things to offer. So looking forward to it. And there is also a QR code here. You're welcome to scan that, but I will also be putting it in the chat.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Amy. We're excited about our clubs here, with the SGA being very involved in it. As Dr. Nicole Byer also mentioned, the Eagles in Service Club. Thank you so much for mentioning that. And coming up, starting in June, will be the Career Ready Club. We already have a faculty member as a POC from the College of Aviation, College of Business, and College of Arts and Sciences. The advisor for this club is none other than Ms. Rose Carlson. Rose will come on at this time and give us a little bit of instructions as to what's going to happen in today's day 2 of the virtual career event. But let's go back. Let me introduce very quickly our staff from the Worldwide Career Services Department. As I stated earlier, I'm your executive director. Rose Carlson is the associate director, and she's also responsible for most all of the infrastructure of this great event that we have. Ms. Andrea Armstrong, who's behind the scenes right now facilitating this opening session. Ms. Andrea Armstrong is our assistant director. We have Ms. Deb Goldstein, who is our career support manager, manages most of our co-ops and internships. And I've neglected to have them do their Miss America wave, but Miss Carolina Jurassic, she's also career support manager. Miss Jen Thomas, career support manager. Hi, Jen. And of course, you just heard from Miss Amy Dowling, also career support manager. This is what I call the A team, who makes up the Worldwide Career Services team. So at this time, Rose, if you would please take the floor and give us some further instructions for today's activities.
I will do that. Thank you, Arnold. Welcome back to anyone who was here yesterday, and welcome to any newcomers. So I apologize if some of this might be repeated information, but what I'm going to do eventually is open up the breakout rooms. So what we're asking for the employers is to check into the employer check-in room. And then after that, you can then proceed to your breakout room, which should be the company name. If you see anything that's not correct or it's missing or anything like that, please don't hesitate to let us know and we will correct it. So once you're in your room, you're able to share your screen. You can use the chat box. I had some employers asking if they can have the notes that are in the chat. Yes, you can. What you can do is after you start using the chat, there should be 3 dots on the bottom. When you select that, there should be an option to save the chat and it'll get sent to you directly. So anybody that wants to save any notes in their chat boxes, please go ahead and click on those 3 dots at the bottom and that will send those chats to you. So we definitely encourage student engagement. We encourage student participation. We do ask that the students wait until the top of the hour before they go into the initial breakout room, just to give the employers time to set up and make sure that everything is working properly and correctly. And then you will have the ability to jump around and move around into any of the breakout rooms that you choose to do so. Just keep in mind that you need to go by the schedule for the most part. And I will be going over some changes that have taken place in just a moment. Make sure you have your resumes ready. Make sure you take notes, take some screenshots, and be respectful of the employer's time and schedule. I do want to make a mention as you're leaving the breakout rooms, it's very close to the button that says leave meeting. So make sure that you're checking the leave breakout room and not leave meeting, because then you're going to have to come back into the meeting and be admitted and then start all over again. So just a couple of employer announcements. Loyal Source is not able to attend today. MIGSOP Cube is only going to be available until 2 p.m. instead of the entire day. Dino Power moved their session from 3 to 4:45. Boeing Engineering had to revise their presentation schedules, but there should be somebody in there to assist and answer questions. And Causey Aviation Unmanned is not able to attend today as well. But we do have some additions to today if you didn't get the revised schedule. So the United States Aviation Underwriters will be here from 12 to 12:45. The NASCAR Foundation is going to be here from 1 to 4:45. So they're going to be here the rest of the day starting at 1. Birdie Systems Incorporated was here yesterday and they decided to come back today because they felt that our students were definitely the caliber that they were looking for. And then Lockheed Martin just called and they are going to be presenting today from 4 to 4:45. So I'm going to go ahead and put those updates in the chat. So if anybody wants to look at it, that will be there and you can add it to your schedule. So if anybody has any questions, there is a help button. So when you're in the breakout rooms, you're going to select the breakout room option. There is a button that says ask for help. When you click that, it's going to ask if you want to invite the host to your breakout room. You can select that. What that means is I'm going to get a pop-up window that's letting me know that you're looking for assistance, and I'm going to hit the later button and I'm going to send somebody to your room. So if you get a message back that says that I'm busy or I'm helping somebody else and I'll be right with you, know that somebody is coming to help you. If you want to just leave the room and come back to the main room and ask questions, we are going to be there ready front and center to answer any questions that anybody may have. So that is all I have for updates for the Expo for today. And I hope that all of you take advantage of this opportunity, mix and mingle, talk to the employers, and get the most you can out of this experience. All right, I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you, Rose. And before we disperse into the expo rooms, I would be very remiss not to take a moment to introduce our alumni career engagement team. You hear us say quite often that we are a lifetime resource. And what we mean by that, regardless of whether you graduate in 1896 or 2006, you will always, I'm exaggerating, of course, you will always have access to career services. We are here for you, and we saw this during the COVID epidemic, where we had a lot of Embry-Riddle alums coming back to career services for assistance. So without further ado, I would like to introduce, this is a fairly new position. And Ms. Angie Engel, Assistant Director, she's with Career Services, but for alumni who are 2 years and more, out from graduating from Embry-Riddle. So Angie, if you would please greet our attendees.
Hi, everyone. It's great to see you. It's such a pleasure to work with the Worldwide Career Services team. As Arnold said, if I can provide you with support, if you're graduated more than 2 years ago, I'm going to go ahead and put my email in the chat. And I really look forward to helping to support you in connecting with our amazing employers. And if you've not been to an alumni event, these are great opportunities to network with other people. We're at the big professional meetings such as Oshkosh and Papa. Please take it, and then we have local networking events too. So please take advantage of those. And everybody have a great session. And let us know about your experience afterwards. We'd love to hear about who you got to meet and the interviews you've been chosen for and the jobs that you land. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angie. She's one of our biggest advocates. I love working with Angie. She is phenomenal. So we're looking forward to this continued collaboration. Awesome. So without further ado, thank all of you. Thank our faculty again for the time. And we have about